I don't apologize for being a trapper. I'm proud of what I do and what we do. Trapping built our country. Before we had a dollar in Canada, a Canadian dollar currency, our first currency was the beaver. It built the country.
Mark Deans is out on his trap line near Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Graham!
Beaver hat aside, Mark's not the stereotype of the lonely trapper. In fact, he does it with his whole family, his wife Joanne, and even his 3 kids, Kayla, Graham, and Sydney.
Okay, so what's the plan? So we're gonna go out and get some traps around the lake here.
All right, let's do it.
If you're wondering, kids and trapping, it's actually more common than you might think. Here in Ontario, the government recently passed a law so 12-year-olds can get a license. There are similar programs across the country, all designed, in the words of the trappers, to preserve a way of life. We arrive at the first trap. Let's see what happens.
A weasel!
Right on.
Yay, a weasel!
A nice little weasel. You got a little bit of bait there.
Can I skin him after?
You can skin him when we get him thawed out at home.
No, I want to skin him!
We got some for you to skin too. We'll skin him out, and they range anywhere from $6 to $8 for the weasel. But I mean, every little bit helps with the trapping and expenses and everything else.
I made a skating rink!
We were out there with our families. My kids are with us in the bush. They're learning how to, to live in the bush and live close to the land. They're not out and causing trouble in the cities and different things. And they're not, they're out here leading a wholesome lifestyle. And to me, that's really what it's about, right?
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go check about 40 of Mark's traps. Right now, the easiest way to do that is in the trucks from the road.
So there's a marten box coming up on our right-hand side. Up here, up over the hill, we should be able to see. Hey, we got a marten.
Trapping isn't just about spending time as a family. There's money here too. A marten earns the Deans somewhere around $50 a pelt these days.
Go, Graham, go!
High demand for fur in China over the past few years has meant high prices.
Martin!
Last year, the Deans earned around $10,000 from their trap line.
Oh.
Dad, we got a marten!
All right. What a nice marten. That's a prime marten. Beautiful.
I'm gonna pull
Beautiful,
him.
beautiful.
Graham, can I see him?
Okay, honey, step back from the tree, honey. I don't want to live trap my hand here.
Is that like a mouse trap? It goes in and crash.
Yeah.
In the case of the marten, trapping regulations state the animal has to be rendered unconscious within 120 seconds of this. Boom.
Yep.
International trapping standards state that this is a humane way of killing. Still, Mark knows not everyone agrees.
The way I kind of think about it is like, how is this story different than you going to a farm and interviewing a cattle farmer? Really, like the cattle farmer, he's raising his beef, he's taking it to slaughter, and he's, selling it, and people are all over are buying it at the grocery store.
So the animal rights people say fewer industries have as much blood on their hands as the Canadian fur trade, which causes the death of more than 3.3 million animals a year. What do you think of that?
Well, I think trapping itself is regulated. Like, it's a regulated thing, just like commercial fishing is regulated, and so that, we're out there trapping marten, trapping fur bears, and we're doing it sustainably. We're doing it, it's being done sustainably, and I don't, we're managing a resource.
The management theory, Mark explains, is that if trappers didn't cull the animals, their numbers would get out of control. After a few hours, we head back to the family's cabin for lunch.
Not yet. How much do you have?
This is where the Deans spend most of their weekends. On today's menu, the deer Dad shot earlier this year. I get that for Mark, trapping connects him to the land and to Canada's history. It also earns a little money. But what about the kids? What do they get out of it?
List all the animals you've trapped.
A fisher, a mink, a marten, a weasel, a squirrel, a flying squirrel, a beaver, and an otter, and a wolf, and a fox. and a lynx and a raccoon and a skunk.
Wow. What is the best part, you think?
Get animals and ride on the snow machine?
Do you think when you get older you're going to be a trapper?
Yes.
Before you judge, remember that for these kids, trapping is something they've grown up with. It's normal. And maybe because of it, they have a better sense of where things actually come from. Still, as I was talking to them, I could sense their mom, Joanne, was listening nervously.
Are you worried about what people might think when they watch this?
No. No, that doesn't concern me. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, of course, and there are going to be lots of people that don't like it. But it's a way of life, and just like I'm, probably not a fan of how other people are raising their families, I'm entitled to my opinion.
Are you proud that your kids know how to trap and know how to take care of themselves in the bush?
They should feel proud that they can say to their friends, "Oh, we were trapping on the weekend, and after we checked our traps, we went fishing and we caught some fish and had them for supper." And it's not sitting on the couch and playing on their iPads. I think they should feel like they're tough and healthy because of it.
The next day, the Dean family is back at it.
Come on, buddy.
The animals have thawed overnight and it's time to skin them.
Okay.
Mark teaches this to his kids too.
We've got 5 marten here to skin today, and a mink, 3 squirrels, and a couple weasels.
I'm skinning the squirrel.
Okay, come here, buddy.
Skinning is where you make or break your profit.
We're gonna do this together.
A perfect pelt can fetch 3 times the normal amount.
Gentle. Just pull it down. Go real slow, real gentle.
Do it badly, and it can almost be worthless.
Perfect. Good job, bud.
I can see his ribs.
Having kids involved, I mean, that's our future, right? Like I want my kids to have the lifestyle that we have right now. If they can do that with their children and down the road when I'm long gone, I think that's great. So
I'll pull it down from there.
once you go grab your board, well, you're doing a great job. We'll sharpen some knives here. Lots of guys want to hide in the shadows, and there's guys like myself who want to get out there and put it out there and encourage more people to do it. We get great joy out of it as a family because we're out together enjoying this. Like, this is awesome, beautiful day, and we're out in the nature, and I think it's an excellent experience for the kids. And I couldn't think of any other way I'd want to raise my children than what we were doing it right now. So.
Nick Purden, CBC News, in the woods near Thunder Bay, Ontario.